What's up, guys? We are live. We got the Monday panel. Scotty will be joining us very, very shortly. So we're gonna have some fun, answer your questions, talk about trending game topics, and I guess the one I already see people talking about in the comments is John Anthony's channel getting nuked from YouTube. What are your thoughts on this, Marcus?
Yeah, I mean, do we know why it happened yet? We don't really know, or we do?
I've heard two conflicting things. One was that he pissed off some black pillar, and this black pillar sent all his like fucking minions to like mass report him. The other thing I heard, which I don't know how true it is, was that I won't say the person's name because I don't think they would want to be public, but that someone behind the scenes tried to get his channel taken down, like another content creator.
Okay, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I'm surprised it took that long or this long. I mean, look, personally, I mean, whatever. I don't really interact with him at all. I'm not really that active on YouTube anyway. So for me, it's not really, I guess I don't really care that much. I don't think like people should be like false reporting and all that bullshit. So, I mean, from that point of view, like, I hope he gets his channel back. I think all the like hate and shit he does on there is a bit ridiculous, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Basically exactly what you said verbatim. Like, basically my opinion. I feel zero sympathy for him for obvious reasons, but yeah, I'm not a fan of like cancel culture. So in theory, he should get his channel back, but I don't really care that much if he does or not.
I'm surprised it took this long. I thought like with the amount of like hate videos and stuff he did, people would be like trying to organize some type of like takedown of the channel. And maybe they have, maybe it's just been like unsuccessful. And, you know, because I actually don't know what videos these guys on there. Like, I thought he'd fall into the same issue you had with, you know, what do they say? Like sexual gratification bullshit, right? But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens.
It's been a very long time since I watched his videos, but I don't recall him doing like the sexual demos as much. I mean, maybe that changed
Okay.
since our fallout 3-4 years ago, whatever. But I don't recall him doing that. But yeah, the hate stuff obviously is going to piss a lot of people off. So yeah, we'll see. Well, here's a comment. Ice White from Game Globe was saying he was behind John's channel being. Yeah, that's the person I was talking about. I didn't know if he said that publicly, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's what I said.
Interesting. Okay.
True or not? But yeah, I don't know.
Damn. It was. I'm not up to date with everything. Was John having a go at Ice White with the hate videos of him? Is that why?
Oh, yeah, there was a fallout. Yeah, there was definitely back and forth.
Okay. All right. There you go. Damn. And he's just come out and said he was the one behind it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll see what happens. He might get it back, but I don't know. Someone said he John is currently crushing it at crashing out. I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay.
Like having a meltdown.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, I would too. If I had a channel that was like probably bringing in like all my revenue and I spent a long time like building it up and it got taken down, I'd probably crash the fuck out too. So I can understand that.
How's he been able to do that if he doesn't have a YouTube channel? Like, where's he crashing out? Like, is he on fucking Periscope or something? Like, where is he?
Yeah, true. Good call.
A second channel. I'd be curious. Yeah, whoever that was in the chat, let me know about that because I'm curious where the crash out is happening, so I can consume it for my entertainment. All right, Scotty. For some reason, it's having a hard time getting on. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Let me tell him to use. Oh, I think I know what's happened. Just click on link, not image. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Should we jump into some comments, or is there anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm happy to jump into comments. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had more to say about John Anthony, but honestly, like, I haven't interacted with him probably for like 3 years or something. And I think like the last video he did on us was about Alex, which was years ago or something. So I don't know. I haven't been up to date with everything, but yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, basically same here. Yeah, after we had that legal whatever thing that we signed where we can't make videos about each other, there was no communication. I know that like a year later or so, maybe a year and a half later, Indian P ran into him in Miami, and John was like, "Hey, do you think Alex would still be open to like reconnecting?" And DNP was like, "I don't think so, man." Like,
Yeah, the ship's probably sailed.
yeah. The funny thing
Fair
is,
enough.
like, I can actually let go of a lot of shit, and I can like make peace with a lot of people. But there are some exceptions, and I think that exception is like probably I think the biggest thing would be like attacking people I'm close to, which would be like my girlfriend or like my family. He didn't attack my family, but he did attack my girlfriend, and that was like kind of the final straw, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because I feel like there's so much how do I word this? Like, I think it was really nice having someone that could kind of stand up and say, these are some phonies, because there are a lot of shit people in our industry, right? Like, I liked that he was able to do that. And he was like, look, this is why it's bullshit. You're just a marketing guy. Scamming might be a little too far. I'm sure there were scammers in the industry. But I feel like it just got taken way too far. And then also like his interpersonal skills with other coaches or students, I think at times, I'm talking about back in the day, I don't know what he's like now, but that was a bit sketchy. So I feel like he has so much potential. Like the way he view games is very like from an optimized point of view and very, I think like data driven. And yeah, I think there was space for someone to kind of call out the shitty people in the industry, but I felt like it got to a point where there was just a hate video on everyone, right? Like there's like everyone is apparently like awful, disgusting shit. And it just, no one takes it seriously at that point, I feel.
The problem is the callouts were not objective the majority of the time. They were almost entirely based. Well, they were in big part based on how John felt about this person. Like I went from being one of the most legit guys in the game to being a total fraud in the span of a week, just because John no longer liked me. So like that, and I watched that happen with other people. Like there was this guy, Sonny, back in the day that he was really good friends with, and he would like speak.
I remember Sonny,
yeah, and then they had to fall out, and then like Sonny was like a massive scam. Like it just,
exactly, they were like best friends to scam, and then like
do that to his judgment.
And then on Alex's video that he did, I think like the biggest call out was like his hand tattoos. Like, why does he have hand tattoos? Is like the one thing I remember. And then he ended up getting hand tattoos. I don't know. So I feel like there was like room for it, there was space of it. I think like it could have been awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, it just
it just needs to be at least somewhat objective. Like I think people figure out pretty quickly that, especially when like the falling out with me happened. Because even when me and him were going back at each other, I would still like be like, listen, I think John's a POS, but he does have good game from what I've seen when I've gone out with him. But he was like, Alex has the worst game ever. Didn't like a week ago you said that he's like the second best in line with you? Well, yeah, fuck it. Like it just that was like what I saw.
I don't like him now, so maybe he's changed.
Yeah, true. Like, almost instantly. And the funny thing is like the fallout with me was like so unnecessary too, because it was like I don't remember the exact details, but it happened privately first. We were talking on WhatsApp, and he asked me something, and he just like didn't like my answer to the question. He asked for my advice on something, and he didn't like the advice I gave him, and then he like cursed me out, and then like that's what kicked off the whole thing. Like it was really unnecessary and random, but every single person in the world and their mother basically predicted that, at some point he was going to have a fallout with me, which I knew myself. I knew it was only a matter of time because that's the pattern every time. So obviously I'm not going to be an exception. It was pretty silly how the whole thing began.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah.
Fucking dropped like 10K on lawyers though. That was really annoying. 10, 15K.
Yeah, dude, it's so like so unnecessary to like, especially since you actually did nothing wrong here. Like it might be a different story if you just made up a bunch of shit about him and was like, man, but to take some like internet disagreement back and forth and then try to like sue people over something, that just seems like way too much. It seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, I told him back when we were friends, I was like, dude, I think suing people is really lame. And he's like, no, bro, it's alpha. Like it's what you should do. I'm like, dude, it's just really lame. Like I always disagree with that. I've never fucking sued anybody or like I mean my landlord didn't stole my money. So I'm like, small claims court, try to get that money back. But I never sued like a dating coach or competitor or anything like that. I think it's like super fucking lame.
I think like it might be different if someone like say someone like stole your course, starts selling it online, doing like if they're doing illegal shit, like fair enough. But if
people
you
do that to me all the time,
someone,
it happens all the time.
Yeah. I mean, same. But I mean, it's a bit hard to know who it is or actually be successful in those suits. But yeah, I guess my point is like it's just extra lame if there's not any substance to it, and then you both just have to waste money on it,
Yeah, I remember like when it started happening because I was like on good terms with his business partner, and I was like me and him I think are still on decent terms, but I was like I was like, dude, like you realize what's going to happen here is that we're both going to waste money and nothing's going to come of it. No one's going to win any lawsuit. We're both going to just ultimately drop the case and sign it up. Like, why don't we just skip that step where we both don't have to waste money? He's like, yeah, I know.
100%.
But John insists on this shit. I was like, all right, whatever, fucking.
It's craziness, man.
All right, enough attention to him. Let's, I guess, see what else we got.
Let's get to some questions.
Scotty's at real quick. Okay, look, Scotty's still struggling. I don't know why. He's been on before.
If you want to look at that, I can pull up one of these questions and answer it if you want.
He's not even like responding to my last message. I think he's still trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Try restarting or using different device. I don't know if he has a laptop though. I think he's on his phone. It always blows my mind when people just like don't have laptops and they just use their phone for everything.
Bro, we were actually having this conversation the other day. We had some we had a couple of girls over there. Like they don't have a laptop, and I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you don't have a laptop?" They're like, "Yeah, I just use my phone for everything." And I'm like, "What? How?" Like, but yeah, I guess like if you don't use it for work, it's one thing. But dude, I couldn't imagine a life without a laptop.
You're losing by fucking typing everything like this. Like it's so much faster.
Bro, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like more common than you would think. Like it's guys, girls. Like this is fairly decently common. Like I know a bunch of people who don't have laptops.
Yeah.
Everyone has a phone. But there's a lot of people who just don't fucking have laptops. It's like, dude, and some of them have professional jobs and shit. And it's like, just do all the work on my phone. It's like, really? You're fucking wasting 90%.
I hate it so much. I actually got a Bluetooth keyboard that connects to my phone. So like if I'm in the car on a long trip and I want to like answer some questions in the mastermind, I will get out like my Bluetooth keyboard. That's how much I can't stand using my fucking phone. It's fuck that.
Shit, that's a good idea. What do you do with your phone though? How do you like keep it stationary?
I just like sit it in my lap. I'll read the question, hit type, and then like I'll type out like the longer response and then hit enter, and then I'll just like fuck around my phone again, find the next question, and then do it that way.
Oh, look who it is.
There it is. What's up, dude?
Adam22 made it to the party.
Ooh. Welcome.
What's up, boys?
How you doing?
How are you, bro?
Pretty good. Having issues with fucking StreamYard, but chilling.
Fair.
I made it.
Yeah, we were just looking at your Q&A. We were talking about John Anthony's channel being nuked.
That was pretty crazy, man. Yeah.
You have any thoughts on that?
Not really, man. I hope maybe some guys will come over to my channel or some shit. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. I think it's fucked up. I'm afraid of like the whole infield videos being like too much. I don't know why he got removed.
Infield, he hasn't done it. The weird thing is he stopped doing. He hasn't done the infield since like 2017, from what I know.
Yeah, but I heard that guy Ice White say something about his old infield was circulating more and more, where he grabs some woman like where she didn't want to, and he like grabbed her or something like that. And
I saw that clip.
Yeah, that clip has been circulating a lot. It was from a while, but it's been circulating on other channels.
Yeah,
it might have got recorded.
That clip was pretty bad. I think it was just old school J-Mov being drunk, and I think it looked a little. Yeah, it looked sus. It looked really bad.
It looked bad.
I'm surprised he had that. I doubt he'd had that up on his YouTube. I'd be very surprised if he did.
No, he didn't. But he had a lot of haters, and people were clipping it, taking that shit, and it's been circulating. So that's my guess. That's my
Old
guess.
school, yeah. Old school John, when he was wasted, it was really like sad in a lot of ways, but also really fucking hilarious. Like, I went out with him when in LA when he was doing one of his boot camps. I tagged along, and he was like drunk the whole time. Which obviously you shouldn't be drunk if you're running a boot camp, but like there were so many funny moments that I could appreciate because I wasn't a paying customer. Dude, I'll never forget this story. This was so funny. It was like 2 a.m. and John was like wasted at this point, like just drunk out of his mind. So he couldn't like even I think still he has a great game, but like he was too drunk to run any kind of game. He was just like every girl was just repulsed. And then there was this one crackhead, this like lady that like looks like she lives on the side of the street, a girl that if you and I were walking down the street, we would never even like recognize her as like a girl to talk to. Just some like just really like a negative 0.5, like full on crackhead. And John was like, "Hey, come here." So there was like, and he was just like, this girl, she just wanted money for crack, so she was just putting up with whatever. And he's like, "Yo," he's like, "I think she's DTF," and he's like talking out loud. So he goes to one of his students and he's like, "Yo, man, take her in the bathroom." And it's just like this student was like, it's getting really late. John's like, "No, dude, man, do it." The student's like you could tell this guy was like so nervous about saying no, but he just physically couldn't bring himself. He was like, I gotta go. He like walks away.
He's like ransom.
Same thing happened with the second guy. And then finally he's like, "Alex, go show them how it's done." I'm like, "Fuck no, dude." This is like and then there was like a moment where I could tell his mind was thinking. He was thinking about whether he should do it himself or not. And then I guess his like better judgment came to be, and he was like, I don't know how we got rid of her, but we did somehow. But and then funny enough, we went to a strip club, and he ultimately wound up pulling a girl from that strip club to my place, which is, I guess he sobered up. But yeah, the crackhead thing was just hilarious.
Yeah,
cool, yeah, good. So you guys go way back, huh? This was like what, 2018 or something?
Yeah, I've known John since 2016, 2017. Yeah, and then we had our falling out in like 2022, I think, something like that.
Scotty's got a good point though. I think there's room in the YouTube space to become haters now. So maybe we should change this Monday panel to just a Monday fucking hate parade. Okay, just give us a guy every week, and we're just gonna fucking roast them. All right. So
I don't think we need a new guy though. I think we just focus all our energy on Locario. That would be more.
There's too much peace. There's a big void now. There's too much peace floating around the PUA scene.
Listen.
Where's
that Austin Summers guy at, huh? Where's he at?
What is he doing? Fucking getting his car towed again for, I don't know, driving without his insurance or whatever.
That's cool that I saw you had Andy on last week or whatever. I had a few of his clients come calling, and they were like, "Dude, I think I just totally, I'm not a business guy, so I really like underestimated how much these people were dumping like into coaches. It's insane, dude." They're like, "Dude, is it?" I've had multiple people like, "Are your prices real? Is this like legit? Because I've seen your infields, they're really good. Like, are you? It's actually making my value like worse." I'm like, "Dude, this is crazy. I'm hearing like 10 grand for just digital coaching, and like some of the numbers are so outrageous that I'm like, I really underestimated the market value for this stuff. It's crazy, dude." I don't know.
You got like crackhead prices, Scotty, over there? What's going on, man?
Dude, I guess, man. What the fuck? I'm the local plumber, I guess. Like, yeah, $200 for a call. They're like, "What the fuck is this? Is this real?"
Yes.
Like, dude, 2008, the only affiliation I have with the industry really is like my glimpse into like what the numbers go for is back then. In 2008, I paid like $1,800 for a boot camp from Brad P, and he was a pretty big name back then. And then I did a one-on-one with him for like $5 grand, which was a big number. But dude, we're talking 15, 20 years. Like, so people are, I guess, charging 10 G's, bro. It's crazy.
Some people, yeah, there's the belief in pickup circles and just internet marketing in general, content creators more broadly, that you want to charge more because high ticket customers are better. So the idea is that like high ticket customers will actually, so like the premise is this, right? I've heard this from a lot of people who reached out to me trying to like help me market my stuff. It's like, "Alex, your shit costs 300. If you charge 2,000, you will actually get more quantity of sales, like, because people then think your shit is worth more just by the pricing. So like, not only will you make more money total, but you'll also get like a higher quantity of sales. So at the very least, the quantity will stay the same if you just charge a lot more money. I personally don't like the idea of like charging too much, because I feel like then I become inaccessible to like the average person, and I don't want my shit to be just for like fucking ultra rich trust fund babies or whatever, or just people who are like highly successful. Like, to also for like people who have like regular jobs to be able to afford my shit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I guess there's this weird sense of like, yo, this seems like I'm embarrassed almost to like, it's a mental thing that I have to overcome. It's like I'm embarrassed to put these numbers up sometimes, but it's just because it's fucking
Really?
crazy to me. A little bit. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Like, is this? It feels wrong to me sometimes. Like the numbers are so crazy, but hey, it is what it is, man. Like, it's just fucked
Yeah,
up.
I feel like there's a balance there. Like, you don't want to sell yourself short and be like ripping yourself off. But I agree with Alex. Like, the way I model it is have similar, I think, to Alex, right? Like, there's a really cheap price point for like a mastermind where you're able to get like some group coaching, you get support, you get like info products. And then for the guys that like, if you want to spend the money and get like one-on-one coaching with me in person, then that's going to be like much more expensive, a lot more of my time, a lot more of my effort. But then there's the group in-person coaching. There's like a lot of tiers, so it's accessible to everyone. But at the end of the day, like, if someone's paying for like one-on-one time with you and they're getting a lot out of it, like, you know, we've had guys obviously that this is like one of the most important things in their life is feeling more confident in themselves, getting over these like limiting beliefs, being able to have women in their life or like one girl in their life. Like, that's a huge fucking thing. Like, guys would pay honestly like $1 million for something like that.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, if you're spending a lot of time and you're actually getting like results with your clients, then yeah, I mean, the price should match that. But yeah, I think it's stupid to pay 10K for like some online coaching, unless that's like a year worth of coaching or something, right? Like, that just seems crazy. And I know some people will like charge that, but I mean,
Yeah.
The tier thing
choice.
is smart. I need to do. I think I should have done something like that, because the mistake I made, or I don't know if this is a mistake or a bonus or whatever, but I gave away too much for my like. So okay, so I have, the way my thing is that like my course is $295, and then if you have my course, you can join the mastermind, and the mastermind is $49 a month. You get the first month free, but it's $49 a month. And for that amount, you get me personally answering every single one of your questions every single night. And then you also get access to weekly Zoom calls, which are 100% included, where I spend like 2-3 hours like answering every single question also. So I kind of gave away too much. So I think at least this is what a lot of marketers tell me. And now, like, if I was to do another tier, it would be like, what the fuck would that tier be? Like basically where like I like hang out with you 24/7. Like, I do one-on-one coaching, and that is more expensive. But aside from that, I kind of pigeonholed myself, but it's whatever. I don't really mind.
Yeah, your theory was
I
right
mean,
though, dude. I started off with 50, and then a few people were like, dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, at least bump your phone, hour phone calls to 200. I didn't get one sale with the 50. All of a sudden, like 3 guys booked with the 200. So it really is like some weird human psychology thing where it's like we don't think that guy's legit, but something's off with that. I don't know. It's fucking weird, but it
yeah,
happened to me too.
It makes
Like
sense.
I had go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I was the same with you there, Alex. Like, we it's very similar. Like, give away a bunch, answer every question, multiple calls a week. I feel like there still is like room for a tier above that though. Like, I think there's a lot of guys that want to save the time and don't want to jump on like a group call, or don't want to have to like ask questions in forums, and just like, as you said, like want the one-on-one coaching, or maybe even like a smaller group if that's a possible tier. But yeah, it's hard because I feel like emotionally I'm at the same place where I'm like, I want to be able to like answer every
Yeah.
I think we
into the
lost
Zoom
him.
call too much, but it's probably not the best thing.
Yeah, like my philosophy is like, if someone's paying me amount of money and they've been with me for like, even if they haven't been with me for a while, if they're paying me some amount of money, then like I want to go out of my way to make sure they get good results. And like, I feel bad like asking them for more money if they're already paying me money so as to speak. I mean, like I will obviously charge extra for a private coaching call because it wouldn't be practical if I didn't. But like aside from that, it's like I've had people like propose to me like, well, you could do like this many questions for this amount of money, and then they get like extra questions. I'm like, man, if someone's in my mastermind group, I just want to see them do good. Like I feel bad being like, hey, sorry, we ran out of questions for today or whatever. I mean, I do have to put like reasonable limits on that, like because there's some people that will ask like 35 million questions a day.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I try to. But anyway, yeah.
I think what we're seeing here is there's 3 coaches in this call and not 3 marketers. I think that's a real difference. Like there's most of the PUA space, I think, is marketers, and they probably do a way better job at the whole like business running side of things or the sales side of things. I think it's pretty evident that we've got like 3 coaches here, and that's why like facts. We want to be able to coach, right, instead of sell. But I mean, I think that's probably like one of our downfalls. So maybe we should have a call, us 3, privately, and figure out a way to become marketers.
I feel like I could easily double my revenue, if not 2.5 or 3x it, if I was just a lot more ruthless with pricing and shit.
Yeah, Alex, you definitely give a lot, man, for your product or whatever, like $49 a month, and you're getting like weekly Zoom calls and stuff. It's a lot.
It's massive value. Yeah, that's a lot of value. Really.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and then like I don't know why I do this, but like if someone does like private coaching call with me, or even if they don't, like someone who I'm like friendly with, I will just answer if they have my phone number, I will just endlessly answer their questions for like ever. Like someone did a coaching call with me like 3 years ago, and I'm like still like typing them back like, yeah, man, you should switch this photo. Whenever they ask me questions, I'm like, fuck, there's like a million people who have my phone number. So I'm like always like, I spend like hours a day just answering random questions, which I'm not even being paid for. But yeah, that's
you gotta put a boundary there for sure. I fell into the same trap and still do sometimes. Like even sometimes I'll jump on calls. But yeah, it's like that's something I need to learn for myself too and reinforce a little bit more, is just like having that boundary there a little bit. And I think like honestly, guys, they take it more seriously if there is like a monetary investment from themselves. So I think like it's even important from that angle. But yeah, I think it sounds like we all kind of fall into the same traps.
So there's 2 things we need to do. We need to start shitting on more coaches, up our prices, and then there we go, off to the moon.
30K for online coaching. Fuck that.
To the moon, baby.
Coach Kevin Ray Wilder. Fuck that guy. I'm just looking at the chat for names. Yeah. All right. We're roasting everyone. All right. Send us all the goss. All right. Next video is going to be a roast.
Yeah. Well,
fuck every Indian coach. Fuck every.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everyone.
Oh no! Don't talk shit about my main audience, the Indians.
Right.
CWF a lot.
You guys are doomed. Black pill, baby.
You approach a girl at a club and you had only 15 minutes to pull. How would your interactions go? I think you guys are better to answer this question, but I don't think they would be that different than what I do now. Probably would just accelerate things a little bit. But what do you guys think?
There's like so many fucking variables here. Like I'm leaving in 15 minutes. Then yeah, I'm going like a little bit more direct, and I'm probably screening a little bit harder. Like if I go to a girl, and I find out within like 2 minutes that it's her best friend's birthday or some bullshit, like yeah, I'm probably just like bouncing to the next set. I'm probably going to screen a little bit harder for availability to pull. I'm probably going to go a little bit more sexual earlier. And my goal there would just be pulling within the next 15 minutes. But I mean, it depends who you are, right? Like, I just want to fucking pull. If you're just looking to improve your sexualization or your opening, maybe that's what you're focusing on. But yeah, typically if I'm leaving in 15 minutes, I just go a little bit harder and screen a little bit more strongly.
Yeah, I've been in that situation quite a few times. And it was like, I really would just scan the place as quickly as possible, look for like, kind of a girl who just looks like a lone wolf dancing and going like this, and I'll just literally give her a high five and like pull her in and start fucking getting physical with her, touching her, put her hand on my dick, and just take her and lead her and walk her to the car. Like that's basically what I've done. I've done it quite a few times, man. You almost don't even need to exchange words. The interaction doesn't really need to really look like that much. But like Marcus said, it depends on, is it a bar? Is it a club? Is it music? Like, I don't know. There's a few different things. But yeah, you can just go right for the I would go for some heavy dancing and grinding and putting your hand on your dick, rubbing your pussy, stuff like that. That's always a good option.
Or find the crackhead, take it to the bathroom. Is that right, Alex?
The crackhead could have been banged in 30 seconds, I feel like. Now, the part of the story I'm leaving out is when I pulled the crackhead later after everyone went to sleep. And
exactly.
That's part of the story I left out. But
True.
It's almost like if your body's down to go do it above, like I think for a lot of guys in that position, they're bound to fuck something up if they're like using a lot of verbal game to try to close the deal in that short of time. You know what I mean? So I think like the best case scenario for me that's always been effective is like limit the amount of things and just like kind of just lead her along the way when she's all riled up with like minimal. They like fantasize about shit like that happening. That Secret Garden book was like, how many girls were actually like fantasizing, like just being raped? It's insane, dude.
Yeah, true.
Proceed with caution, Phil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, grape, excuse me, or whatever. Or
yeah, is it fantasy, not real life? Yes. That's a disclaimer. Yeah.
No bumps, no crackheads.
How can an average height American 5'9" be successful with taller Northern European women? How can he displays up giving dominance, confidence, knowing that he's on the? So the guys who are like average height or below average height, they don't think about this at all. They don't think like, oh, as a shorter guy, what should I do? They just think, as a guy, what should I do? So the advice I would give to this person who's 5'9" would be exactly the same advice I would give to someone who's 6'3" or 6'4". Don't think about your height. Don't talk about your height. Like, yeah, that's like, of course, there's going to be some women who want a guy taller than her, right? And she's like 5'10" herself. You know, for some girls, that will be a deal breaker, but there's absolutely no advantage, zero advantage to talking about your height, thinking about your height, trying to adjust your strategy based on your height. It's all the same shit. Like, yeah, so that would be my take. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can get like some height lifting shoes or something. You can probably like fucking add 2 inches. Then suddenly you're like above average height. But yeah, I agree with that. Like, dude, I've had students that had like a kink for like taller girls, and so these were like slightly more average shit, but they just love, like, especially when we're in Sydney, loved the tall fucking German girls. And it was hilarious watching, like, I remember this one guy, Edward, he'd like stand there and be like looking up at the girl as he speak to her. And his technique was always try find a seat. So it would be like more level playing when you're looking at the girl. But he killed it. And it's just because he was like super confident. Now, are you going to be less attractive in terms of looks based on like a really tall dude? Yes. Okay. But as Alex said, like you just compensate by having a really strong, confident mindset. And then it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, right? You can build attraction.
I never understood the deal though of like taller women. Like to me, like that's such a turn off. Like I don't even like girls who are like close to my height. I like girls who are like 5'2", 5'1", 5'3". I've always had a thing for petite girls, but I guess it's just preference.
Yeah, dude, in my experience, some of the shorter dudes, they were kind of killers, man. They just, I don't know, I guess they overcompensated their whole life, like growing up, middle school, high school, like they were just tough kids. Like my next door neighbor growing up, he was always a tiny kid and he was slaying it in like high school and everything, dude. They just had like, I don't know, massive confidence, dude. I don't know. It's something to that. So if you don't, I guess lifts would be good, but you're still going to have to get to the root of just ultimately the same thing a taller guy's dealing with is like issues with, you know, anxiety and stuff like that. I think that's relatively similar to any guy starting out, but
I've seen that cut 2 ways. Like I've seen shorter guys who like really are just like lack confidence and some of them who are really confident. So I've seen that go in both directions.
Right.
Funny how conditioning can work. Okay, I have over 300 matches on Hinge. In the last 1 year, they're completely dead. Can you tell me what message I can send them to reignite the conversation? You could say "Yo, sexy." that's one way you could reengage. I mean, it depends where the convo left off. Like, if the girl, if you ask her a question and she hasn't responded, you can say like you can use a takeaway. But yeah, you can try whatever "Yo, sexy" or "Long time no talk" or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. You probably got like a 5% chance here. So fucking send, whatever you want. Sorry, just woke up. Curious about something. Yeah, let's whatever. Give it a go.
This is my first live with this channel. Cool. Welcome,
man.
This is so the rage page. We usually hate on everyone every single week, and it's a roasting. This is the first week we've decided to do a Q&A, so don't get used to it. Next week we're back to roasting.
Where did you finally get your channel monetized back? Negative. I don't think I'll probably ever get it monetized again, or if I do, they'll give it to me for like a week and then they'll demonetize me again. I've kind of made peace with that. It is what it is. Oh, yo, you guys should react to Locario Infield. It's called Locario Miles live in Miami. Yo, you guys want to do
He has
that?
infield.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Fuck yeah, let's do it. He's in Miami.
Unironically, we should do it.
Yo, Marcus, when are you going to New York again? Isn't it this time of year you guys do a boot camp there?
So? I'll be there end of May, I believe it is.
Sweet, dude. Sweet, man.
Yeah, 27th of May. I'll be there. Maybe like a few days before. So
I'm gonna mark it in my calendar and then show up.
Yeah, you guys
please.
to Miami, man.
I prefer New York, bro.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's where it's at. You're right, man. New York is the best.
Dude, the girls are so much hotter though in Miami. And that's basically the main challenge.
You like the big booty Latinas. There's definitely
I live for
definitely
the big
like Donovan show.
Definitely a lot more of those.
Whenever I
and Brickle as well. Brickle has a lot of good quality.
Whenever I feel down, I'm like, fuck, what's the point of life?
Dude, am I on mute or something? You guys on mute? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know, Scotty. I can hear. Anyway, whatever. The joke is ruined now. Thanks, Scotty. All right, so here's the infield.
Yo, I can't hear you guys. I can't hear.
Let me just put it in chat. Yeah. It's on your end.
Is this the video?
He said it starts at 29:30.
29:30. All right, let me see. This is from 2 years ago, though.
Oh, is it?
29:30.
Didn't he say that infill was gay or something?
I don't know.
So weird. I can't hear.
You have to prove yourself to other men. God, that's such a gay beta thing to do. Right?
On WhatsApp. It's on your end. All right. Let's see.
Now is lit, nigga. Oh, here we go. Hi. Hi, Kristen.
So we just vlogging. This is my people's right here. I'm from New York. So say hi to my people's real quick. Hi, peoples.
Oh my God, it's a whale. Literally the most disgusting girls in Miami.
We're gonna go to dinner.
Can you turn it up a little bit?
I have it turned up all the way. You can't
okay.
hear me. His audio is shit because he's using fucking a live instead of like fucking like real camera equipment.
North of what street?
That's 9th Street.
9th Street.
You go across 9th Street.
Oh, he's cute.
All right.
This might be worthless if the audio stays like this.
But what happened to the super direct opener? He's like, ask for directions or something.
I can hear you guys now, dude.
You can or you can.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
We can hear you.
All right, cool. All right.
No, he probably couldn't beat you guys up. No.
Okay. We got rejected by the fatties. Is there anything else?
Oh, that's the film. Yeah.
For the spot we was at.
Right. No, we could do.
Yeah.
Okay. No girls.
Say hi to my people.
Hello. Bring us the public transportation that New York has.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of
So you don't like that? I'll tell the public transportation. Right.
I wanted to simplify.
Who this for you, right? What's your name?
I think what we're really seeing here is masterful infield. Okay, like they got no compliance and they weren't going to put up with it. All right. Look at these men walk away from these fatties. All right. That is skill. Look at, these are real alpha men. All right. I'm impressed.
Also, don't see
They're
them practicing anything that they preach. They're just doing like normal guy, like, hey, what's up? Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Hey, do you know where the directions are? All right. Anyway, bye. Yeah. All right.
It's straight up pitiful. It's like it's pitiful. I could grab anybody off the street and it would look exactly the
Oh, say
same.
hi to my people. I'm vlogging too. Say hi to my people.
Hello. Bring us the public transportation that you use.
Oh yeah, so you don't like that? I don't have to tell the public transportation.
All right, boys. This is $5,000 for a session with Locario.
all right, I think we're just doing enough of this. The audio fucking sucks, and he's just asking girls for like just random boring questions.
Dude, that is so bad, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yo, boys, good to have the panel back together for sure. You guys do. Thanks, man. Appreciate you being here. Okay. Do you think guys who like being hardcore dom, cucked, are mentally ill, dealing with past trauma, or just normal people? Probably some of both. I don't know. It's like a weird fetish that some dudes have. I don't know how much of that is genetic or that's conditioning. I don't know. I don't really have any cuck friends, so I'm not sure. But I'd venture to say it's probably like being gay, where it's like mostly genetic, but partially your conditioning.
Yeah, I looked up studies a while ago that looked at like extreme kink. I was looking from all the girls' point of view, so I don't really have any data on guys, but I assume it's the same. And because my guess was that girls that were really into like hardcore like dominance or like hardcore being submissive were probably a little bit more like likely to be mentally ill, just like my vibe. But it's not true. They actually have slightly lower mental illness rates than the average population. And then when it looked at what caused or brought on kinks, it seemed to be that they couldn't really find like a marker in these studies. So yeah, it's probably mostly genetic with like slight mix of some conditioning. They just can't really point to what that is. So yeah, I'm not too sure otherwise.
Yeah, there's a weird, though it does feel like, maybe this is too anecdotal, but it does feel like a lot of these dudes that like to be cucked or whatever, they're like rich, successful business people. So I don't know if that has anything to do. Maybe they're like overcompensating for something that happened in their childhood. Not really sure. But
yeah, it's also anecdotally, like I think a lot of people claim that these guys, and similar to like business women, is that because they're so in control in their regular life, it's nice to be able to, I guess, have the opposite of that and like some type of release. But again, yeah, I'm not really sure what those rates are. I haven't looked into it on the man's side.
Yeah, I'll we have our next cuck meetup. It's going to be on Sunday.
We'll
I will
look into it. Yeah,
pose this question. Yeah.
Doesn't your
Perfect.
boy
All right.
Destiny like that though? You would know that, right? Doesn't Destiny do that stuff?
No, he's not.
No, he just does open relationships.
Okay.
As far as
He
I know,
doesn't
yeah.
like actually enjoy watching people like fuck his girlfriend or anything like that. He's just bisexual. Okay. Let's see. Question: I've been working on improving my approach skills. I'm usually comfortable when someone is alone, but if there's another person nearby, like this, I find myself hesitating. That's relatively normal. You just need to stretch your comfort zone and push past that. And if you do enough of that, then it's no longer going to feel uncomfortable. But it's normal. It's a more high social pressure situation. But if you just push through that anxiety over and over again, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I agree. Can I add something to that? I think like they need to also ask themselves, do I think this is weird? If the answer is yes, then like you really need to address that. You need to get to a point where you can, from a value perspective, know that, okay, it's okay to approach a girl in a grocery store. You might think it's like high pressure and you maybe get rejected, but like just coming from a place that you know that isn't creepy or weird is important. And then also a place where you realize that it's actually optimal. If you can open in front of other people, the girl's just going to think you're way more confident. So I'd be trying to like open in front of people, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you get like this built-in like DHV spike when you do shit like that, like just being ballsy, man. Like I had this one client like literally jump out of his car when he's like, "Yo, I'm going to get her." And they're like shocked. I don't know. It's insane, dude. But like sometimes the ballsier the move, the better chance off rip how impressed she is. Like, it's usually a good idea to just start doing those ones that you're afraid
100%.
of.
Any tips on getting past the feeling of others watching during cold approach? And logically, no one cares. Just curious if you have any. I mean, that was basically summed it up. Is just logically just remind yourself that no one cares. If you do it often enough, you just get to a point where you don't care. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, I just could give a fuck less what any random person thinks. So yeah, if you just push through that anxiety, eventually, I think it starts to go away.
I also think like baby steps sometimes is needed. Like, you may need to just, like, you don't go to 0 to 100. You may want to just start interacting with like strangers a little bit more, getting comfortable with it, you know, saying hi to people more. I bet this is coming from somebody who's just like quiet and looking for like his ideal set. And that could be too big of a jump. So sometimes you need to say, you know, hello to people, interact with strangers, people in the grocery store, and it'll probably be a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think also fucking with people, or like I kind of enjoy it sometimes. Like, I remember we and my girlfriend were on a plane going to Jersey. We're getting on the plane and it was like packed. And so like I made it seem like I was talking to her, but I said it like pretty loudly. I was like, damn, who the fuck wants to go to Jersey this bad? And like the fuck, there's like 10 people like, oh shit. And I was like, I was like, oh, I pretended like I thought I was talking to her, but I knew the whole time that I was just like fucking. But I enjoy like watching like fucking with people a little bit and just watching their reactions. So you can have some fun with it.
Yeah, I do agree with like the whole like social freedom exercises. I think like GLL back in the day did this whole like little thing like you'd have to do each time. There was a video of him like just coming up and hugging a girl, like, or just making some sort of doing some like kind of like outrageous shit, quite frankly. So that when you do that, all of a sudden telling a girl, you know, expressing interest in a girl seems like very insignificant and small.
Yeah, I just you can start to enjoy fucking with people. I'll do like shit like this all the time. Like I remember like I think like quite often when like if I meet my girlfriend in public, I greet her. Like, I'll just do weird shit. Like, I'll just go up, I won't say anything. I'll just lick her face or something, or or if there's a lot of people, I'll give her like a good smack on the ass and be like, "Hello, woman." Like, I don't know, it's just fun like watching people's reactions. I think you can start to have some fun with it. That's also how I greet Scotty when I see him too. I'll give him like a big slap on my ass. So it's not. All right, let's see.
Puts you in great state, man.
All right, let's see what else. I hope his channel comes back up. This dangerous to the PO community. They did the same thing Squad over years ago, only because he was cold approaching girls. Yeah, like in theory, I think he deserves to have his channel back. I just don't really give a shit at all due to our past history.
Does Squatting no longer have a channel?
No, I don't believe so.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. I don't even know why Squatting got banned. No idea.
Yeah, we'll keep him for our fourth hate video.
Do you agree that social circle can make men look incongruent and basically just have women that think you're a nice guy but aren't into you?
Yes. 100%. I can't say. If you okay, this might be yourself. If not, think of someone else that is not good with women that you're friends with or that you know. If you just took him and put him into a party with a bunch of hot girls, like, is that guy getting laid? No. Even if you said like it's this guy's party, is he getting laid? Probably not, right? Like, you need to have some baseline level of score. Now, if you take Scotty or Alex, for example, and you put them into a party with a bunch of hot girls and you're like, these guys are running the party, these guys are probably gonna have a threesome at that party, right? Like, it gives you access, it gives you some level of status, but it doesn't just solve for being like fucking emotionally incompetent with women. So yeah, 100%. This is like buying a girl's drink at the bar. It's the same analogy. Like, it might give you access to women, they might be nice to you, but it doesn't mean you're getting laid. So yes, couldn't agree more, Dan Wilkins.
I think it just depends on how you carry yourself. Like, if you there's a lot of people definitely that like simp in their social circle. I've seen this a lot, where they like treat the girls in the social circle like much differently than they treat the guys in their social circle, where they'll do like things for the girls in the social circle that they won't do for the guys. And then like you can even like point it out sometimes, and they'll be like, no, she's just my friend. But it's like, well, I don't really think you treat your male friends like as good as you treat like the female friends. So I've definitely seen that happen, but you can also obviously not be that dude.
I think it kind of like is just another marketing hack to try to just avoid having to learn like cold approach and just basic skills. Like, oh, yo, that shit is dead now. Like, we'll get you in a picture and photo bomb with a bunch of hot chicks, and that's a quick route. Like, there's no shortcut, man. You gotta get out there and like just learn the basics first and foremost. There's no like cheat code. Like, yo, get around these hot girls in a party and you're gonna be good. He's gonna be sitting there like a fucking dweeb and he's not gonna get shit.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Let's see. What percentage of women do you think would actually pursue and sleep with a guy they don't find attractive just because he acted disinterested, aloof, and trigger her insecurities? I mean, like, I think you mean they don't find physically attractive. But attraction isn't just physical, right? A girl can be not that into you physically, but she can be attracted through your behavior, right? Because there's, women are not just purely visual. Even men are not purely visual, but men are definitely more visual than women. So I don't know how to put a percentage on it, but yeah, like that can definitely happen.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like there's so many fucking variables. Like, are there girls that grow up with like some type of anxious attachment that when they meet a guy and he acts aloof, it triggers that and she needs some type of external validation and she chases this guy even though otherwise if he gave validation might not be into her. Like, there's a lot of girls out there like that, but there's so many other variables. Like, you also need to be able to like be confident enough to show enough balance of disinterest and also like build attraction at the same time and move it forward and deal with objections. Because a lot of these girls are probably going to give you're just going to sleep with me and never see me again. Like, there's objections you need to get over. So yeah, this plays a part, and I forget what the amount of women with anxious attachment are. It's probably like 30%, right? But yeah, there's so many other variables. So might help a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. What happened to Kevin Ray Wilder? He has disappeared off YouTube. Yeah, I've talked to him. He's just like he's just not interested in making content anymore. I mean, I don't know. People retire. He's just working on other shit right now. So that's basically it.
What about Duke the Don? Whatever happened to Duke the Don? You ever talk to him?
I haven't talked to him in a minute. Why? Has he not been making content?
I haven't seen not in like a year, man.
Oh, really?
I used to find his shit pretty funny. I thought he was like a natural behind the camera. He was pretty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dude. Yeah,
I definitely agree with that assessment. Shit. Wait, let me take a look now.
Yeah, he hasn't posted anything in like a year.
I don't do the best job of like keeping following up with people like I should. Like, if someone doesn't reach out to me, yeah, you're right. He hasn't done a video in 1 year. Damn, that's a shame.
He was good, man. I thought he was just good behind the camera, man. He made people laugh. He was legit.
Yeah. I'm curious, do the women you're dating ever push back on your content? Like, do you ever consult with Natty things of your she watches my videos usually like without me telling her. If she doesn't watch a video, I'll be like, hey, did you see that? No, she's never pushed back against my videos. I wouldn't be dating a girl who doesn't like appreciate my content. That would just never happen. So she might not agree with every single thing I say, but she wouldn't push back on it. Like, it would just be like, oh, interesting. I kind of think it works this way, type of thing. But yeah, no, I wouldn't like that. Would be a prerequisite for me, is that like a girl has to like appreciate my career, like appreciate what I do. If she's like not down, I mean, like, I think you have to be also like, if I explain it well, like the girl would have to be retarded or like really locked in her beliefs to think that, you know, my content is bad or something like that. Because I think a lot of it is just common sense, but it can get misinterpreted by people who are not really good faith. So yeah, no, not really. What about you guys?
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, I was gonna I wouldn't even have friends that thought my content was weird or creepy or not good. Like, I've had girls before that are like, oh, so you like teach men how to manipulate women. And same with you, Alex. Like, it just takes like 5 minutes to actually explain what we're doing, and then almost like 99% of girls are on board. But if there was like 1% where the girl's like, no, I still think it's right, fuck you then, all right? Like, you're not going to be in my life then if you think like what I'm doing is wrong. So yeah, I wouldn't put up with it.
Yeah, it's never been with a girl like I've actually dated. It's either been like a girl who did like research on me and searched me up on the internet and came across my YouTube and was like, no, not interested. Sorry, I don't like it. Like, it never reached that point of even like actually hooking up. It just, yeah, I wouldn't even bother with fucking chick that would push back on it.
Yeah.
A lot of girls would be like, oh, that's great. You're getting guys like more confident, more social. Like they're actually on board with it more often than not.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like pretty incredibly supportive. I mean, she's been in a million of my videos. Obviously, if she wasn't supportive, she wouldn't be in my videos. But yeah.
I feel like you haven't used her in a while though, man. Where's she been?
I haven't used her in a while. No, I mean, like I've done a bunch of videos with her. I just like I'm not really doing that many demos now, just because of potential issues with YouTube. But yeah, no, she'll be in another video sometime in the near future. Night game, tipsy or sober? Which one is better for super logical guys? I realize my engineer friend games better tipsy. Yeah, alcohol can definitely be a social lubricant. I personally like kava more, obviously, for you guys know that. But I mean, like I'm not one of those people that believes like you shouldn't drink. Period. I think that drinking in moderation is okay. But if you can learn how to game sober, that's probably better. And then you can go back to drinking a little bit, then you'll be even smoother. But if you're someone who's just over logical and you can't and like whatever, I think having a few drinks is okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on board with the same thing too. Like if you have to take a shot to loosen up and you're just totally like crippled with your anxiety, like yeah, it probably would help out for sure. So within reason, I mean, I think if you're like relying on it way too much, I think yeah, and it's becoming an issue, like yeah, then obviously you have to fucking suck it up and stop drinking.
Yeah, there's like a stress performance curve. So if you're super stressed out, having some alcohol is going to take you a little bit further down that curve where you're going to perform better. But in the long term, like, depends how often you're going out. I used to go out every single fucking night. There's no way I could be getting tipsy every night and gaming. It's just like fucked up. So that's probably something to think about. And then like long term, there's some guys that get like fucking wasted on dates and shit. And then like you're just going to do that every single time you see the girl. I think like a couple of drinks is fine, but in the long term, I try to like get to a point where you don't rely on it.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a question for you, Scotty. Scotty, do you ever hit up malls or college campuses for daytime pulls? There's hordes of women there. Marcus, do you still game and pick up chicks, or are you checked out now that you're dating some chick? It's a question for both of you.
Do I hit up malls and not college campuses, man, to be honest with you? I really don't think I've ever even done that before, but yeah, definitely still a big mall guy. I love malls, dude. I have like such nostalgia with malls, and it kind of saddens me to see like them kind of just go downhill now. Like back in the early 2010s, it was still popping. Early 2000s, like malls were a must, and you'd see like groups of just hot chicks walking around without bags, like just hanging out for the day. So you don't see that as much anymore, especially down in Florida. But like I was very pleasantly surprised when I went to Atlanta recently. Like the Lenox Mall was loaded with hot fucking chicks walking around. So I was a kid in a candy store, man. It was epic. So they're still out there, and I still advise that as a solid day game spot for sure.
Nice. No, I'm not dating now that you're dating some chick. Yeah, now that I'm with some chick, I'm not gaming.
I think he's being sarcastic.
How long to wait before texting a girl after getting her number from cold approach? Half an hour, an hour. Don't wait too long. I usually text her my name pretty fast. Sometimes literally 5 minutes later, like really quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Okay, question for Marcus. If you open a group set through the guys in the group, at what point is it good to open up towards the girls?
Ideally, you want the girls to open up towards you. So the whole point here is that you open the guys so that the girls can hear you, And the type of perception you're trying to create is the guys don't think you're hitting on the girls because you're completely fucking ignoring them. The girls can hear you speaking. So hopefully you're going to be like charismatic and DJing a little bit here. So they're interested. But really what the girls are thinking is, why the fuck do we not have the attention? Like, why are the guys getting spoken to and we're not? If you wait long enough, the girls usually jump in, especially if you relate shit to them. Like, I usually go in and I'm like, bro, how did you get 3 fucking girlfriends, man? You're killing it. And the guy's like, no, these are my friends. And I'm like, that's cool, man. I'm like, where are you from? You're from here. The girls will usually jump in like right away. If they don't, then I will say, oh, so are these girls cool? Like, how the fuck do you actually know them? And he's like, no, they're cool. The girl's like, yes, we are. And then again, they're going to jump in. So I would typically wait no more than like 2 minutes. You just want a bit of banter back and forth between you and the guy and then bring the girls in.
There's a pretty epic infield of me like opening up a guy and a girl, and I was like, I was doing a similar thing to what Marcus said. I'm like, how long you guys been dating? Like, this guy's the man, trying to like really like beef the dude up, and he's like, no, we're just on a date or whatever. And I'm like, well, and then she's like, her eyes like lit up. She was like, later on text me, she's like, that was the ballsiest thing I've ever seen anybody do. Like, it was great. She's like, how'd you know that we weren't together? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's magic.
No, yeah, it works really well. And it goes back to what you said before, where it's a high tension play. And what guys don't realize is you can talk up the dude and still be like the alpha guy. Like, some guys think like, oh, I need to go in there and like try to like big bro this. Like, I can't tell you how many sets I've walked into and just complimented the fucking guy, and the girl has looked at me as the higher like charismatic dude, because it's the same. Like, if you're in a friendship group, it's usually like the leader of that group being nice to everyone. If you're like in a workplace, it's usually a CEO going around complimenting people. You can take that like alpha, I hate that word, but alpha position by complimenting. Like, it works.
Yeah, I go in, I'm like, hey, bro, nice dick. And they're like, what?
Yeah, wow, look at that girth. So impressed. Damn.
Dude, I
don't know how your girl
I was
takes
sitting next to you in the restroom, man. It's good stuff. This guy
Yeah,
has a
very
good
impressive.
All right, Junior, why
Works
don't you go over
every
there
time.
and fucking show your dick to some other chick?
Exactly.
I think overall guys really underestimate the power of just like cold approach and how rare it is. And like just that alone, like just gives you like a DHV spike by doing it. It's a ballsy move off rip. So it's more congruent to be, I don't know, to just be ballsy about the whole fucking thing. Because it's like so rare. I think
in places, but in other places it's not. Like in Latin America, it's like common, but they don't know they're doing cold approach. In Miami, it's like Miami proper. It's like pretty common because of all the Hispanic culture. But most guys who do cold approach are like making really obvious like new mistakes.
Dude, the only time I've seen it, maybe the early 2000s, where like the mystery thing was popping off in Union Square, you would see a bunch of guys peacocking and opening, and it was actually pretty cool to see, but I don't see that shit anymore. I don't see guys.
I see it pretty often. Like, I was at Whole Foods the other day, and like I was like, I just have like I listened to a guy. He was like, "Hey, you look good." I forget what the opener was, but he got rejected pretty quickly, and so I was like, okay, I got on my, because it was the next aisle, and I kind of peeped, and I was like, okay, this girl's hot. I was thinking, if I wasn't in a rush, I was gonna go up to the girl and be like, hey, how was this approach? Like, I was gonna fuck with her, but anyway.
That makes me happy, man. I'm glad they're out there. I hope more guys get out there. That's cool.
Have you all seen Tom Segura and his wife talking about mystery on his podcast? I have not. I've heard the name Tom, but I don't even know who that really is.
Yeah, he's a comedian. Yeah, I haven't seen the clip either, so I'm not sure.
Do you have any advice for Lone Wolf doing day game alone as a foreigner in Germany? I speak the language, but I was trying. Okay, you go up and you go, cancel. No, I mean, actually, that's literally legal in Germany, so that's funny. But yeah, I mean, like, first of all, I would try to make like friends there. I'm sure there's like pickup groups and stuff like that. There's other guys who go out in Germany, but I would just utilize like the fact that the girl will be able to tell you're not German, so she's gonna ask you where you from, and I would just build on that. I'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm from blah blah blah. I've been in Germany, like whatever. Like, I don't think that being from somewhere is an advantage nor disadvantage. I don't think it matters that much. I think it could be even a bit of an advantage, but I don't think it's a disadvantage. What do
Yeah,
you
by
guys?
the way, to mention on this last guy's comment, that guy Sam Hyde, I think he's a comedian or something. He covered the PUA scene. It was pretty epic, dude. I'll send you the video, Alex. He talked about like Good Looking Loser. He talked about like RSD. It was pretty cool. It was nice.
Yeah, send me the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alex. Just fucking, it's the same shit. Like your least of your issues is going to be having an accent. I just like worry about everything else.
When you have a girl over at your place, at what point should you stop escalating? For example, if the girl says, I'm not in the mood. I mean, obviously, you have to apply some common sense here, but if the girl's at my place, there's a very high likelihood that she's DTF on some level. So I would just keep escalating without being too pushy. And if she really is not happy, then she'll just leave, right? Like, so I'll probably I'll try, and then if it doesn't work, I'll stop, I'll chill for a little bit, and I'll try again. And then if that doesn't work, I'll try to do some objection handling, try to figure out what's up, like, hey, what's going on with you? Try a bunch of different shit. But yeah, I wouldn't just like stop and then just like give up and like the girl just is at my place for another hour and we just sit there and talk. Like I would just keep periodically trying. Because again, if she's really not into it, then she will just leave, right? As long as you're not like, preventing her from leaving, obviously, which you're not going to be doing, then there's really no issue there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a really fucked dating dynamic where pretty much all women are going to give some type of rejection most of the time. So you can have a group of women that actually don't want to fuck you, okay? They like are not in the mood, they don't want it, they definitely don't. And then you have a group of women that are so down to get fucked and they will just want to suck your dick, but they don't want to seem like a slut. So they're just going to be like, oh, I'm not really sure. Both of these girls are going to act the exact same way. So if you just sit there and you do the whole like PC consent thing and you're like, oh, she said she's not in the mood, I'm just going to like, okay, let's go. I'll take you home and blah, blah. You're never going to get laid, unfortunately. So the best way to go about this is try to escalate verbally or through your subcoms, something that's not as aggressive as like trying to make out with her or like trying to take her clothes off over and over, because she will at some point be like, what the fuck? So if you say like, this girl's not in the mood, let's get her in the mood a little bit, right? Like if you just go back to your house and it's really awkward, you're nervous, and then you tried like kissing her, like, yeah, I mean, she's not horny or turned on. Like sit down, have a drink with her, get a bit close, lower your tone, make some eye contact, be a little bit teasing with her, build up the sexual tension. And then from there, like maybe suggest a massage. You can start massaging it. She's going to be more in the mood. So if you're not sure, just ask her. In this case, she said the mood. If you're not sure, just ask like, hey, what's holding you back? What's up? And some girls like actually might tell you and then you can correct it.
I kind of disagree with the part about them acting exactly the same. I think there will be some differences. Like the girl who's really not into you, she probably won't go back with you to your place in the first place. Like she probably won't put herself in that situation. But even assuming she does, which is very rare, just like the girl who's like wants to have sex, but it just doesn't want to seem like a slut, it'll be like her rejections will be softer. She'll be more playful. She'll have a smirk on her face, or it'll be a little softer versus the girl who's like a hard no. She'll be more firm. So it may be hard to tell the difference, but there are subtle differences for sure.
Yeah, no,
I
100%. I completely agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to be like non-reactive, like as much as possible non-reactive, and not like feed into everything face value, or you're just gonna get destroyed, dude. You're gonna be like, all right, time to go home. I had a client like that where like he's literally getting girls back to the place, and he would immediately at face value take whatever they said. Like, I think it's time for me to go, and he'd just be like, all right, let's go. I'll call you an Uber. Like you have to be a little more. Like what Marcus said, get the girl in the mood. Like I have a hue lighting system set up. Dude, the massages are great. Like the massages work wonders. I almost preface it too sometimes in a text message, like wine and massage tonight. You owe me this.
Nice.
So yeah, shit like that. I mean, warm her up a little bit.
Right. The funny thing is, when you're in a relationship like for a while, it's just funny how the dynamic changes, because like when you're just pulling a girl or a girl that's your fuck buddy, whatever, like sex is usually a lot more smooth. It's like it just kind of happens in the moment. When you're in like a long-term relationship, it's like more deliberate. It's like, I think we should fuck tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds good. Like it's obviously there's still some spontaneity into it, and you kind of obviously get the girl in the mood, but it's like it just becomes more like pre-planned. It's like, hey, you want to fuck tonight? Yeah. It's like just almost becomes like that. It's interesting. Have you noticed
Yeah,
that?
no,
Mark?
no LMR. Yeah. I haven't had to deal with LMR with my girl for a while. It's
Yeah. There's no LMR.
yeah,
Obviously.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's not like, okay, what's your objection? What's holding you back here? But yeah, like sometimes it's a little bit more planned. Like I still like adding the fun. Like my girl just left now. And I was like, damn, you look fucking hot in that dress. And she's like, might need a little help getting out of it later. So like, and shit like that, it still makes it, fun and exciting, I think. But you're right. It just becomes a lot more like straightforward, or I guess like planned could be the other way to describe it. For sure. Yeah.
That's awesome, Marcus. Congratulations, man. I didn't know you were in a relationship now. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
bro. Yeah. With some chick.
You're out of the game, So.
That's it, bro.
Question: you guys have great advice on getting girls you never met, but how do you apply to girls that you know, girls that you've already hooked up with but fizzled out? Well, if you already hooked up with a girl, then it should be easier because that barrier has been crossed, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
This is such a trap. Like, I feel like he's asking the wrong question here. Like it feels like you've made a mistake, and it's like, how do I correct that mistake instead of how do I not make that mistake in the first place? If that makes sense. Like if you're sleeping with girls and not having retention, then ask that question. If the girl's already decided she doesn't like you or not into you, it's hard to change that because you don't have a clean slate. Like if you've acted really needy and soft and beat her and all this shit, like a message isn't going to change her perception. Like one voice note isn't going to change her perception. Like she needs to say that change over time. But if she's already made up her mind, she's not going to give you that fucking time. So depending what it is, most of the time it's just a lost cause. I would much rather focus on like why you're losing these goals in the first place.
Yeah, I would say assuming you didn't massively fuck up by getting super needy or whatever or weird, then like the play would be like just say like, hey, let's grab a drink, come over, we'll have a drink, and then just run normal game and build sexual tension. And then I think it might be even easier at that point because you've already crossed that barrier.
Yeah, I think you guys hit on some good ones. Yeah, it's like why are you so focused on getting like recuperating these girls that were not interested or whatever? I don't know. I guess some of Alex's things like the call, what do you call it? Like the callback stuff or like the takeaways, yeah. Shit like that.
Yeah, I really want to bang cougar. Where can I find them in the Northeast? I agree with Scotty. The chicks don't go out. Well, like no, girls do go out in pretty much every major city. You just have to find where they go out.
Wait, when did I say that girls don't go out? When did I say that?
I don't know if you did. That's just what he said.
I don't remember saying that.
But yeah, there's like I don't know. Like for every city, there's like places where like older chicks hang out, whatever. But dating apps, you can just utilize dating apps.
Dating apps. That's the place, I reckon.
Yeah, but there's going to be like cougar bars in every city that like are obviously they're not going to be called cougar bars, but where mostly like the crowd is like 35 plus or whatever. Usually going to be like rich area type of thing.
Yeah, ask your friends where their mums go hang out or something. I don't
know. Should I just go all in? I'm in Germany for a few months, no time for friends, and my accent is irrelevant. Thanks. Yes, you should. Yeah, commit to whatever it is that you're trying to do.
There we go, man.
But yeah. Do we have any other questions? If anyone has any questions, get them in.
Is Mystery still? Does he have a YouTube channel? Does Mystery do content?
I think so. Let me check. Or he might be just doing content on that kid Dexter's channel. Mystery.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he was on Sartains not too long ago. They did a recent like podcast or some shit together.
Yeah, you know, really? I don't think he has
That's
a channel.
Interesting.
I think he's mainly what's that name? That kid named Dexter. He's mainly on Dexter's channel and obviously other people's podcasts.
Cool.
I think he has a pretty big presence on like IG. He's got like probably like 100K or something like that. He's got a big following.
Oh wow. Okay.
On IG, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just looking at YouTube.
Last time I spoke to him, he sounded like very, I want to say like hippie. Like, I forget what debate I was on, but he came on at the end. And it was just very much like, yeah, like relationships and love. And you just want to find a girl you can care about. And yeah, it was like interesting. I mean, I haven't followed any of his stuff, but it just felt very different to like the old mystery, let's say.
I honestly don't really understand the obsession some people have with mystery. Like, sure, he was definitely like very important in the early days, and obviously was a huge contribution to the community. But at this point in time, in 2025, like I just don't think his advice is like something that I would ever watch if I was learning game. Like it's
Joe,
just,
but ironically, this guy keeps getting like top 3 finishes. Everybody keeps voting for him to be like the best pickup artist and shit like that. It's crazy, right? Oh yeah, congratulations, Marcus. Both of you guys hit the top 5. That's crazy.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I think like like the Game Global channel tend to lack mystery. I think my vibe is they tend to come from that like way of thinking. But I agree. Like I think Mystery's game was very specific to mystery. Like I don't think you can take like a random guy off the street and run a DHV story as long as Mystery does and have any type of success. Like Mystery gets away with everything because his persona is this like mysterious, like maybe high status, popular, wears some weird shit, like lives in Vegas or LA or wherever it was. And he's like on the road and he's like got this show and he's like this magician. And it was like, it suits his vibe. So he can tell a story and say like, so my friendship circle, I curated, and girls are thinking like, this guy's crazy, but he kind of seems like cool in a weird way. You take like fucking George off the street and tell him to go tell the girl about his curated garden of friendship for 5 minutes. Like it just doesn't work. So yeah, I think like his game was very specific to him. And I think he came up with some good principles, but I mean, I don't think it's great, to be honest.
I think from the last time I heard him, it sounded very rigid. Like he hasn't changed shit, bro. Like he hasn't tweaked anything. Like I'm surprised you didn't have any like back and forth banter with him, like or push.
Yeah.
Did you guys get into an exchange, or you just kind of sat back and yeah?
Nah, he came on. It was a debate over something else. I forget. It might have even been Locario or something, right? And then he came up at the end. But honestly, he didn't want to debate. And like, I love debating people, but it's like when they want to, like he just kind of came on and was like, I'm just like chill and friendly and I just want to discuss. And I was like, whatever, I'm not going to argue with this guy. But I mean, if he wants to debate, I'm down. But yeah.
That's, I think, the biggest thing that Mystery never really understood or understands is that his style is very specific and it's not going to work for the majority of people. So he's like, well, it works for me, which I believe it does, obviously. And so it's going to obviously work for other people. But it's like, you are a very unique character. That's your personality is not applicable to the majority of people.
Yo, Marcus, do you feel that about the direct game? I know you're not big in direct. Do you think that's just suitable for like my unique situation, or what are your thoughts on that? Because I know you're really big in like the indirect is the way.
Marcus,
I think direct is awesome for the right person. So like, I think there's just like pros and cons to it. I use direct at times, and there's some students that I tell only ever go direct, don't ever go indirect. But I think it just depends on like the goal and the who you are. So I think if you can go direct and get compliance from that, so usually you need like a baseline level of attraction that increases because you're going direct. So you get those like confidence points that you were talking about before. If that reaches the threshold of attraction, awesome. If you're like we can exaggerate. If you're like a 2 out of 10 and going direct makes you a 4 out of 10, then I'm probably not going to go approach 7s out of 10s going direct. So like for me personally, if there's a 10 out of 10 bombshell like sitting at a table, I'm not going direct up to her because I think I'm probably like a 6 or a 7. I might get a point or 2 from confidence, but I'm not going to become the most attractive guy in the club from it. So I'll go indirect and I try to build up my value that way until it reaches that threshold. But I'm not like anti-direct. I think it just needs to be for the right person and for the right goal at the right time.
Yeah.
Do you not have Sartain the streams anymore because he disagrees with pickup? No, not at all. He's welcome on my stream anytime. It's just that he hasn't wanted to come on, or I think he's busy or whatever. So that's the reason. But he's welcome any Monday. Like I don't mind talking to people who disagree with me. I don't even think me and Sartain disagree that much. I think that like he's like pickup doesn't work, but I think part of that is marketing. I think he has a more nuanced perspective on pickup if you actually have a combo with him.
I almost feel like the direct indirect thing is almost just like the whole discussion to me is like debunked a little bit. It's like at some hand you're showing your intent. She kind of has an idea if you're walking off cold approach. It's like, I don't know, your intent is at some point, whether it's 5 minutes into the interaction, you build up your value, whether it's 2 minutes into the interaction. I feel like it's like if you look at a conversation, it's like, okay, I may be situational, talk a little bit. It's like show your hand a little bit. But I feel like when you walk up cold approach, you're kind of, she has an idea what you're doing. And then these beginners, they kind of fall into this default setting where they're just doing this back and forth banter. Like they're not trying to like build a DHV spike with these chicks or something. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like they fall into very comfortable zone of just like what they're already doing, which is just these weird guy like discussions back and forth,
friendly. Yeah.
Just like a friendly.
I mean, I completely.
Forth.
Oh, sorry, I completely agree. Like sometimes even if I have like unattractive students, I will like take them through a period of just being direct so they get over it, because they'll get into a conversation. They're like, oh yeah. And it's all friendly and shit. You take them out and just do some direct approaches. Now all of a sudden they can go in a lot more confidently indirect. Like it's a training thing, I think, for a lot of guys. And you're right. Like at some point you have to show intent, right? Like if you never do, you're never closing ever, right? You're just friend zoning yourself with every fucking girl.
Right.
I just think that sometimes it's better to like hold off from that until your perception is a little bit better. Like the girl has a higher perception of you, and then show intent. Otherwise, like you might get a quicker like denial or rejection when you haven't had a chance to like show who you are. But yeah, I think for a lot of guys, it's a good even just like training skill to like learn to go fucking direct and put your balls on the table. 100%.
Yeah. And when it comes to street approaches or like high velocity areas and stuff like that, it's like this whole panhandling game. Like, excuse me, could I talk to you for a second? Like, I don't know. In Miami, that shit is less likely to work. Like, you have to be like,
gay.
Oh, I use like this, like, spontaneous sort of like shocker opener. Like I wasn't, you caught me by surprise. And they like, oh, even it happens in real life to me. It's like, if someone's like, yo, Scotty, what's up? I'm almost forced to like, they get my attention. Now they have a shot at least. But I think that whole auto reject kind of comes in once you get this like panhandling, like, excuse me, sorry to bother you. It almost seems premeditated and like orchestrated. And they're just like, no, not interested. Because I do it all the time too. It's just like, even if you tell like a not so looking ugly, like an uglyish guy to be more assertive and spontaneous when he comes in and like gets in her way with his body, it's like, boom, you hit him right away with it. And they're like, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. And then at least you're in the door. I don't know. It seems like especially with high velocity areas like street stops and stuff like that.
Like New York. Yeah, I agree. Like New York, if you go up, like, excuse me, in these openers, like, oh yeah, I just thought you looked artistic. It just doesn't work. It's shit. Like the way I usually teach students is I want like direct subcoms with indirect verbals, right? So as you go in and you're like, hey, wait 1 second. The girl's like, what? You're like, I'm so fucking curious. And the girl's like, what? I'm like, where are you from? You're not from New York. Don't lie to me. She's like, no, I'm from here. And I'm like, I don't fucking believe it. So like the subcoms are very, maybe even like sexual or like assertive or dominant or challenging. But the actual verbals doesn't allow her to say, I've got a boyfriend. Like, where are you from? I've got a boyfriend. Like you don't get that as often. Whereas if my verbals are, you're exactly my fucking type, sometimes that works really well. But then again, if the goal is maybe above that threshold, attractive wise, I might get a sorry, not interested, you're not my type, blah blah. So yeah, like don't get me wrong, I think indirect subcoms are usually fucking trash. I don't think I ever will teach that or think that works. I think you have to be like assertive, confident, and like very grounded for the opener, and then I would just use like indirect language.
Like you said, sometimes to me that's like hype. That's pretty advanced stuff. Like your subcom's got to be really, really tight. You know what I mean? For you to be like talking about the weather and getting her wet and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes for words for beginners, or like it gets them kind of on the right path for like being more sexual and assertive, just so that they know like they're kind of lined up in that way, or else Most beginners
Yeah.
that I've seen like fall into like just their normal default, like very comfortable place for them to be. Like just
100%.
no, like their words are just supposed to be pointing towards like being a little bit more sexual and assertive.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's so much easier even just adding profanity. Like it's a lot easier to add emotion when you're like, where the fuck are you from? As opposed to like, where are you from? Or like, yeah, you're fucking gorgeous is a lot easier to say with like tonality than, oh, where's the Starbucks or some shit, right? Yeah, 100%. That's why like the training can be important.
Bitch.
And like,
Where is that motherfucking Starbucks?
Yeah.
That's my one contribution to this discussion.
Dude, I had my first coach. He was like Brad P's best assistant. He was like this older hippie-ish guy, Glenn P. And he would open with, "You are fucking delicious." It was, and he would get a lot of girls to stop. Like,
sounds like some
you are fucking delicious.
Yeah, no, I like it. That's good. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think they're like, oh, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, yeah, I think there's like two types of students. Like one that is just really comfortable, like going more direct and having better subcoms that way. And I think that's probably most students. And then there's others that like showing that intent early feels like disingenuous in a way. And they like just tend to be a lot better showing like really good subcoms, like saying like, where are you from, for example, or using like some type of curiosity. But yeah, I agree with you. Like if you're a beginner out there and you're struggling on subcoms, it's probably way easier to just go direct and just get out of the way and just go do it. And yeah, there's a much better way to practice subcoms. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do like two more questions or something. What do you guys think of Joe Rogan's game? He gets women in his podcast. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna assume. I'm not sure if this is a serious question or not, but obviously Joe Rogan doesn't have any game. Girls go on his podcast for.
This is like asking like, yo, my gynecologist is fucking ugly and old, and he has like women in his office every single day. Like, is it his game? It's running a fucking podcast. What do you mean?
They like that they can see the reflection on his bald head. So that's
exactly.
All right, let's see. That was a good one, though.
I hope he's not serious, dude.
If you didn't close on the first date, how long should you wait until you re-engage contact or set up a second date? Case by case basis, but I wouldn't wait more than 2 days. I don't like the idea of waiting too long because then the girl just moves on. So I'd say a day or two is good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the sooner the better. Kind of. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, and like the only reason I'd tell you to wait is if on the date you just came off as like really fucking needy, and the girl was like, "Look, I just want something casual." Then I might like wait, but otherwise, yeah, just follow up in the next couple of days.
Just run Joe Rogan game, bro. All right, last question. Marcus, quick follow up on indirect versus direct. If I get interest back, no questions, low engagement, I usually don't transition into showing intent. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like, again, you could do a training thing where you just show intent and maybe you come off as like way more masculine and way more assertive. And maybe the girl didn't understand why you were there. And maybe that works. So that's something like you could test out or at least like practice. But typically, if I'm with a girl and I don't have attraction yet, I'm going to focus on building that attraction. Like, what can I say about myself that will change her opinion on me? So for me, I might talk about sex coaching. I might talk about like cold read her sexual experience. I might talk about my job and traveling overseas. I want to create something that's going to build that level of interest and engagement. It could be emotional. You could challenge her. But look, again, if you're starting out and you're going indirect and nothing's working, then yeah, try transition to being direct and see what happens and see if that helps.
All right, cool. I think that's a good point to end it off on. I think we covered a lot of shit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I guess you guys want to quickly shout out your channels. Marcus?
Yeah, Ultimate Man Project. We have online coaching calls for $30,000 if you're interested. And yeah, we'll see you over there.
Cool. Scotty?
All right, man. ScottyWingman.com. And check out my YouTube channel, Scotty_GLL. Yeah. 30 grand, man. 30 grand.
I actually charge 40 grand, so go with me.
Fuck, we got to up our prices, Scotty.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Take it easy, everybody.
All right, boys.
Cheers,
later.